Hello once again YouTube, Tristan and Maulus here bringing you some StarMade new in Fleetworks, and today, as you can see, I have very little progress to show you on these two ships. In fact, I don't think I touched them since the last episode I put out. And the reason is because I am working intensely on some new graphical special effects for the channel, for Twitch. I'm setting up the group and, figuring out everything that I want to do with it. This is stuff that I talked about in the last episode. So yeah, I think I've got a name down for the group. I want you guys' opinion on it, of course, but I think it represents exactly the type of feeling, and it gives you an idea as to where I was inspired from. Well, not really inspired, but what I want to inspire in you when you hear of this group. I present to you the Armada, which will be the new group that, does YouTube-y things and stuff. Steam, Twitch, YouTube, all of that. Anything, everything. A lot of people seemed a little confused, they didn't really understand what this was going to do for the channel, or what this was going to do for the viewers. Basically, it's just an official title. Think of it this way. If, Mushroom Fleet got big, you would recognize them by the word Mushroom Fleet. The Yogscast is their group name, because their individual, channels are not just the Yogscast. They have, Duncan's channel, and Sips' channel, and the Hat Films guys. They're all under this official name, a brand, but they each have their own channel underneath it. In terms of Twitch streaming, there's people like the Dapper Crew and the Blacklist. Two different groups of people that, as far as I know, stream stuff like DayZ, which is a game that I kind of follow on Twitch. So, that's basically what it does. It's like official name that you can easily recognize the group by. Similar to how Mushroom Fleet currently does that with people like Raven and Saber and Skylord and me and, Tomino-sama, right? And again, this is not in any way meant to break away from Mushroom Fleet. It's just I want to give a certain impression when people think of my groups, the people I'm associated with, and it's a very different feeling than the feeling Mushroom Fleet gives. Because if you know anything about Mushroom Fleet, sometimes they just do silly stuff, and, that's fun sometimes for me, but, I don't know. I'd rather incorporate the humor into some serious gameplay and not make skits up and stuff. That's not my style. It's not my thing. I still have not talked to any of them about it. I don't think any of them know about it because we don't watch each other's videos. We just post too much content for each other to watch. So yeah, there's, some things that still need to get tweaked. Tell me what you think of the name The Armada, because I think it's a pretty good name for what I'm trying to accomplish. It keeps the whole idea of a fleet there as well. As far as I understand it, an armada is any fleet of ships. Any fleet can be bigger, so it's not like I'm trying to outdo Mushroom Fleet in any way, just by the name alone. I really want to try and reinforce that fact, because I don't want Tom to watch my video and completely misinterpret something. I'm sure he won't, but I don't need people thinking that I'm trying to compete with them. That's really not the point of this. It's more of my own attempt at handling the collaboration between groups of people, which is only just now starting to pick up, actually. People are starting to host each other on Twitch a little bit more often, which is nice. Even in just the last week, I've started seeing that more, which is good. I'm not sure if it's because people saw my video or if people have just been talking about it, but I told a few people that we need to start doing that, and it seems to be happening a little bit, which is always good. I'm glad that happens. People are actually surprised when I hosted them. They were like, "Oh my god, you're hosting me? That's crazy." And I was just like, well, it's not the craziest thing. Just pay it forward, is essentially how it works. So, I have a few more things to show you. First of all, let's move on to a new sector, because there's an Amar ship that I want to show you. I'm not sure if it's over here. It is not. It's over here next to this new Amar base that I set up, which has a better angle with the sun. I currently am working on a Dragoon. Well, not currently. It's kind of something I did last week. It's over here. I've gotten actually quite a bit of it finished. In terms of the wireframe, it's not actually, progressed into prototype stage, but as you can see, I'm working on the the wireframe. This hull in the front is actually getting cleaned up quite a lot, and it's starting to look really nice. It was a lot more messier. It was kind of as messy as this little section is right here across the entirety of the front. But I've cleaned it up quite nicely, I think. It's starting to come together. It's starting to get some nice form to it. All sorts of cool stuff. The places where there are lights is where the turrets go. So there's quite a number of turrets on here. 3 missile launcher hardpoints and 3 turret hardpoints, if you did not know. Which equates to 6 missile launchers and 6 turrets that are capable of being placed on the ship. Not that it really matters. I know players will put on whatever they want, but that's just, you know, the stats from EVE. So I'm working on this. It's looking pretty cool. I like the way it looks. It's got some really interesting shapes, and you know, I'm just slowly chipping away at it. So while I sit here, more stuff on the Armada, because that's what really matters, and my plans and what I've been doing. So I have, over the course of a few days, come up with a few sample logo designs for the Armada. Of course, this will all depend on whether you approve of it. I personally think a lot of you will approve of it. I don't know, that's just me. It's a good name. There's not, I mean, I don't want to get cliche with this stuff. I mean, I had some pretty cliche shit. Hold on. Let me get my book. I had things like Spore Fleet, because I like the idea of fungus and, you know, Mushroom Fleet and all that stuff. But, like, taking it to the next level, like, you know, holy shit, it's consuming the universe. It's Spore Fleet. Not that that was a good idea. I thought that was too similar. I had some stupid shit though, like Dark Company. I mean, come on. That's just dumb. But honestly, that's because the first thing I thought of was the Armada. So everything that came after that was like shit. So yeah, I had some pretty dumb stuff. But I've got some logo designs that I think, they're okay. They're getting somewhere. I'm not saying that they were the greatest. Alright, so we've got this one here. It's got like this little icon in the middle, and it's got these inward pointing bits on the bottom, which I think are kind of neat. I can make this entire thing thicker. Here's a slightly bigger version that's a little altered. It's got straight legs on the bottom. If I were to go with this one, the legs could be extended, the straight section that is, and that could be interesting. This one right here most closely resembles the style that I already go with for my Chris logo. So it could fit, it could not, I'm not sure. It's very abstract. This one right here is actually very simple. It's just like an upside down angle, and it would work well with a font if I had to spell out Armada, of course. This one right here kind of looks like a 4. Not really sure I like it. It was just something I did just in case somebody liked it and thought it was a good idea. I'm not sure. This one right here is the beginnings of like a futuristic fonty type of thing, and I think this one is actually my #1 pick right now. I like the way it looks. This last one is kind of Star Trek-y, kind of reminds me of the Star Trek little badge thing that they got going on for Starfleet. And it's alright. I mean, it's very stylized. If I need to, I can flip it, and of course I can do that with any of them. Okay, so now that you've seen the logo designs, hopefully, you know, you can give me some feedback on it. You know, tell me which number logo you like the most, and I'll see if I can progress that further. It's just a way for you guys to start, you know, helping out with this whole process, because some things I make may not be as good as I think, and it really depends on an outside feedback source or something like that. Another thing that I'm working on is Twitch transitions. So, something that I personally have not seen often. In fact, okay, let me rephrase. Something that I have only seen once is like this phenomenal transitional system that somebody on Twitch has started using. And, I actually started using it a while ago. It's just, I didn't really realize how unique it was, because I didn't know that custom transitions were not something that you can do. If you know anything about streaming on Twitch, you'll know that if you transition from one scene to another, you'll get like some sort of fade in, or you can do like some sort of lateral wipe or horizontal or vertical wipe or something, or it's just, you know, some basic transitions, something like a fade in, right? Something very simple, something that transitions it from one scene to another, right? And I did not realize that you could not make your own transitions and import them as some sort of file and use them in these streaming software, things like XSplit and OBS. But I actually found out how to do it. I found out how to make a transition, a custom transition, something that is phenomenally awesome, something that people just really don't see that often. So I'm going to play it on screen right now, and you'll kind of get an idea as to what that transition will allow me to do, because I can activate this at any time for any scene, and it's just awesome. So here it is right now. So I'm betting you liked that, because it's fucking cool as shit. And basically, before that transition happens, I could be playing the game, and then after the transition, I will be not playing the game. I'll be on my be right back screen, or I'll be on a completely separate screen, something else entirely, right? And that is just awesome, because I've not seen that happen on many streams, and it's something that will become a part of anyone's stream if they are a part of the Armada. I will tell you how to do it. I will give you and design your own transition if you so desire, if you are part of the Armada, or whatever the group's name will eventually become when it's finalized. And we'll be showing off with the coolest Twitch streams around. We will have the dopest shit. No lie, no joke, it's going to be awesome. I have even more plans for how I'm going to use this particular type of animation and stuff with my own channel, as well as other ways of incorporating it into Twitch. Not only that, but every single game I play is going to have, you know, its own color-themed transitional effects, its own backgrounds, everything. I've got plans. It's going to be the most in-depth Twitch animations and stuff that I've seen on any channel, and it's going to be on mine, which is kind of weird, and I don't want to brag, but it's fucking cool. It's not something that I see people do a lot. Most people throw up things very simply, very quickly. You know, they have the top bar with, you know, the most, the latest subscriber, the latest follower, or the latest, biggest donation, the name of the streamer, their camera, and the gameplay, and that's it. Maybe they'll throw up some sort of, chat onto their screen as well, which personally I don't understand why people do that, because it's like, why the fuck do I need to see the chat twice? Like, it just interferes with the video. I'm not sure. Can somebody please explain to me that? Because, like, why do you want to see the Twitch chat that you're typing into on the video of the streamer that you're watching? It doesn't make sense to me, but that's just me. I don't know. Maybe it's just so you can get an indication as to where and how far behind the video delay is, maybe. I don't know. But to me, it just doesn't make sense. It's not really necessary, but whatever. So yeah, you guys will be seeing custom stuff on my Twitch stream, and if, you know, this group goes anywhere and I help people out with, you know, designing their own cool things, you'll see these types of transitions and stuff appear on other people's streams. But there's some qualifications. It's not going to be something that you can just sign up for and expect me to do things for you or help you out. There are some qualifications to, you know, joining this group and getting involved. You know, that primarily has to do with how much content you produce and how often you do things. So this is turning into a bit of a long video, so I'm going to cut it here. There's going to be more videos coming out over the course of the next few weeks, explaining how to do certain things when we start getting this group together and rolling, and how we can start supporting each other, and very specific videos on, like, tips and tricks for people that have YouTube channels that, in general, just could bump it up a notch with adding or changing some things. Not as if I'm some sort of YouTube guru, but, you know, it's just things that I've learned that I'm willing to share, and it'll definitely help out everyone in the end. So, with that being said, thanks for watching. Lots of information, and I hope you guys have plenty of feedback for me down below. So yeah, I will see you all next time. Subscribe for more. Leave a comment. Share the video, something that I don't ask often of you guys, and I will see you all next time.